Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello and welcome to the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series. I'm James J. It is Friday night and we have only 2 races remaining. Tonight the trucks are at Phoenix Raceway with the dogleg. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Flying solo tonight, no surprise, congratulations, Mr. Pole Position, Brandon Cotton and Nicholas Aslin. Row 3, Dylan Fox and Dustin Reinstedel. Row 4, Jason Phillips and Justin Thaler. Row 5, Trevor Mack and Eric Thaler. Row 6, Mark Cochran and Colin Huffman. Good to see you, Colin. Michael Ayers Jr., John Aslin, Norm Schneider, Ron Schommer, James Olavison, Chris Thaler, and Lee Kiernan starting from pit lane tonight. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Ian Silva, once again on the pole, is going to start us off, and we're racing.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
As they fan out across the dogleg into turn 3 now. Still 3 wide in some places. Ian Silva brings it around down the long back stretch into turn 3, still undecided. Look at Brandon Thayer. He gets credit for leading the first lap. Brandon Thayer from the second row, and the number 64 starts him up. Congratulations, new leader. The 64 of Brandon Thayer, as they're finally sorted out farther in the back. Jason Phillips and the number 88. Dustin Reinstedel and Justin Thaler just in front of the orange 88. And Dustin Reinstedel holding no punches, using all of the track. Getting some help now from Justin Thaler into turn 3. Nick Aslin just in front. I saw Dustin Reinstedel cutting all of the dogleg. Shorten the distance up. Nice running. But up front, it's all Brandon Thayer in the 64. Is your leader. 113 laps tonight. Competition caution at lap 15. The Phoenix Raceway. Everybody's starting to single file out just a little bit. Static cams. Everybody right on that yellow line. Around turn 3 and 4. Really difficult on this track knowing where the track is. It's right along with Justin Thaler as he looks up at Bear Nation. That can only be Dustin Reinstedel. And how do you find the line? Separated like that as he spits flames out of the exhaust. Raw fuel getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Inside the top 10, looking at 6th and 7th place. No change up front. Ian Silva now being challenged by Dylan Fox. As Dylan Fox on the inside, the black 61 takes over. 2nd place from your pole sitter, Ian Silva. And this also allows Brandon Cotton in the 5 to stay with this lead group. Halfway through the competition caution stage, no points awarded. Brandon Cotton doing a great job of avoiding the car in front. He chopped the nose. Let's ride with Brandon Cotton and see what Brandon does for a racing line. 3 and 4 right on the yellow line. Ian Silva up ahead. There he is, side by side. Riding with Brandon Cotton, looking over your right shoulder at Ian Silva. The chrome number 51 looks awesome. For another lap, let's see who crosses the line this time by. In front. Big chop of the number 5. That dog leg using all of the asphalt as a racing surface. No track limits here. Brandon Cotton in 4th, but up front, it's all Brandon Thayer in the 64. Under attack from Dylan Fox, who is up 3 positions. $11 degrees of banking. And 3 and 4, 1 and 2 here have 9 degrees, but they're using an apron at 0 degrees. Into turn 2. 3 degrees of banking on the back stretch. 0 on the apron. Caution this time by. We'll see if Brandon Thayer lets Dylan Fox lead a lap. Right now, Brandon Thayer has it. Dylan Fox wants it. The race for the bonus point for leading a lap. Brandon Thayer's going to keep it. No free bonus points for you, Mr. Fox, but another very satisfying run for Dylan Fox. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Looking back, it looks like everybody's coming in. Oh, we got a couple of keepers. Oh, Dustin Reinstettel's going to stay out. Justin Thaler also stays out. Jason Phillips stays out. Mark Cochran stays out. So this will definitely mix some things up. Dustin Reinstettel will be your leader as he gets credit for leading a lap. Only 3 sets of tires on the ground in the pit lane. So Dustin Reinstettel is going to keep his fuel. And we're looking at 30 to 35 laps on a tank of gas. I know that's a pretty big window, but I don't want to throw my inside connection under the bus. So that's what I'm hearing is 30 to 35 laps. We'll find out. The top 4 are already halfway there, including Mark Cochran, Great to see Mark back out tonight. Well, tonight for us. Mark is down under. Really glad to have him. Thanks for joining us again, Mark. I know you're overdue for a good run. Hopefully you can keep your nose clean. Most of the time it's been not of your doing. Got a lot of people that believe in you, Mark, including me. All right, pace car is off. Wrapping around turn 3. We are back to green flag racing. 3 wide. Nicholas Aslan on the inside. In that 48 Exalta truck, he's got Ian Silva and Mark Cochran. Looks like Mark's going backwards. Is that Mark? Yep. Looks like Brandon Cotton took tires already. Going off strategy for the number 5. Nick Aslan got in front of Ian Silva after the choose rule. Still working the race for 3rd place. And Brandon Thayer slides up in front of Jason Phillips. The 64 is the blue truck down on the yellow line. Up front, 2 guys that stayed out, Dustin Reisettle, Justin Thaler. Now the dog leg has a couple takers, including Dylan Fox and Nicholas Aslan. Dylan Fox trying to challenge Jason Phillips in the Big S Fans red, number 88. Using that apron, you can see the violence as it rips the steering wheel out of your hand. And Dylan Fox using a lot of steering input. Not sure what his steering box is set at, but that was a big 90 degrees of steering wheel anger, and we're yellow. What happened? Let's find out. Oh no, is it Ron Schamer in the 97 Rain-X truck? What happened to Ron? See if he got some help. Eric Thaler and Ian Silva, maybe? Brandon Cotton said, oh, Eric and Ian touch on their way in. Brandon Cotton there still in the 5. 3-way battle, the 5. Right in the middle. 3 wide. Oh, that's not going to work. Eric Thaler sideways, Ian Silva sideways. Ian Silva finally gets turned. Right, oh, they nailed Mark Cochran once again. The worst luck. Chris Thaler got a piece of that. Oh my gosh, what does Mark Cotton have to do? Real early in the race to be pushing the issue this hard, in my opinion, of course. Oh. Brandon Cotton on lap 17, racing for outside the top 5. Inside, Eric Thaler tries to stay low. Brandon Cotton knows he's in a bad spot. Ian Silva, just wrong place, wrong time. Finally, Brandon Cotton gets him T-boned sideways and goes on. Then Ian Silva, spinning around, spin cycle, gets spinning, still spinning, and right into your living room. It's Mark Cochran. And then Chris Thaler gets into Mark Cochran, John Aslan. Mark, I hate it for you, buddy. Oh, looks like Norm Snyder gets in the back of Mark Cochran. No, it just barely doesn't. Thanks for that. Mark, I'm just going to have to stop talking about you, Mark. I seem to bring you bad luck everywhere I go. Every time. Ooh, the 9 of James Olafison looks good. But hopefully Mark can do it without using a fast repair. So only get one. We're still yellow? Or do we go yellow again? Oh. Sorry guys, my cameras are glitching out on me. Something may have happened on the restart. Yep, it did. Riding with the baby blue number 9. And that's Brandon Cotton on his outside. Oh, he just tries to stay up. Brandon Cotton. James Olafison wants to stay on the track. Brandon Cotton wants to use the apron. But unfortunately, Brandon is in the outside lane. All right, so let's see who the pitters are now. Dylan Fox. This is going to shuffle everything up. A couple of guys still not taking cautions yet. This might play in Mark Cochran's favor, being able to stay in the pits and get some more repairs. Dylan Fox got some repairs last time. Jason Phillips stayed in the pit lane, get some repairs. Dustin Reinsettle in the 11. Will reassume the lead still has not stopped. Best place to be is up front. So we'll get to choose this time by. All right, Dustin Reinsettle chooses the inside. Justin Thaler takes the outside. Nicholas Aslan and Brandon Thayer will share row 2 this time. Row 3, Trevor Mack and Eric Thaler, the Godfather. So we're coming around turn 3. Kind of, sort of. Easy for you to say. And we're back racing again. You're on the outside lane. The guy inside is not obligated to take the dog leg. Trevor Mack holding on to P4 with Nicholas Astlin side by side. Eric Thaler into the wall. Lee Kiernan brings a new paint scheme tonight. I like it, Lee. I know you started from the pit lane. You're doing great to be right up here in the battle for P7. Single file of front three. Eric Thaler looks inside Nicholas Astlin and gets the spot. Or does he? Lee Kiernan in the 10 comes right up on the 48's tailgate. Doesn't make it. Dylan Fox, black flag. Cleared. Roger that. Look at Lee Kiernan in the 10. Looking inside Eric Thaler for fifth. Chris Thaler in the 7 truck. Looking awesome tonight. He's having a good run. Black and red truck on the outside. Craftsman number 7. Getting a challenge from the 40 with Michael Harris Jr. And then Trevor Mack behind. Side by side with Ian Silva and Lee Kiernan. Ian Silva takes it for now. Now Jason Phillips and Lee Kiernan go side by side in turn 3 with Nicholas Astlin stalking right behind. Dustin Reinstedel, your leader, has not pitted yet. Brandon Thayer up into second, looking to challenge for the lead. The battle's for the lead now. Lap 34. Dustin Reinstedel still has it. Lap 35. He and Justin have got to come in with the next 2 or 3 laps, I believe. We already had some pacing. How far down will they go when they do finally come in? Justin Thaler also staying out. 2 trucks have not pitted yet. On a 27-second lap. Tires and fuel. It's going to take at least 15 seconds plus another 15 plus or minus on and off pit lane. So you might go a lap down. Can they stay out? Dustin Reinstedel, long overdue for a pit stop. Brandon Thayer is ready to take over. Brandon looks like he did. Take tires. No, he did not. So he's only taking the same tire strategy. His stop was lap 15. By my calculation, that means they can go to 50. The 11 continues to stay out, as well as the 2. All right, somebody told me stories. I'm really expecting, I want to be on camera. Ooh, Brandon Thayer letting it hang out. Getting it loose there, Brandon. Looking good, buddy. On the outside, on entry right down to the yellow line, on exit down the 3-degree banked back stretch. Dustin and Justin both stay out again. Ian Silva and Jason Phillips battling it out before a gap. Inside top 6, I guess. Jason Phillips down low in the 88. Is he going to be able to complete the pass? Eric Thaler up high. Jason Phillips looking low. Brandon Thayer now drops inside. Is he going to take over the lead? Yes, he is. Brandon Thayer in the 64 reassumes the lead. Brandon is on a mission tonight. The Platinum Elite driver has been running great lately in Cup and in Truck. No stranger to running up front. Ian Silva still looking for a way. Brandon Thayer with the fastest lap of the race. $40 to 45 laps on a tank of gas. That explains that. Now that I can read better. Couple caution laps and then Dustin and Justin. Dustin comes in now. Justin stays out for a one lap overcut. We'll see if Dustin Reinstedel can keep it on the lead lap. As he goes painfully slow down pit lane. Nick Astlin and Brandon Cotton are duking it out for 8th and 9th. Ian Silva wants his position back. He wants to find the front again. He's on a hunt for the front. Ian Silva, Jason Phillips is right there. If they can work together, they might be able to reel Eric back in up ahead, but racing side by side. Each running their own line. Nice and smooth. Brandon Thayer is in. Justin Thaler stays out and is your leader. Hoping for a yellow as Dustin Reinstedel is your first car one lap down. Only car a lap down. Justin Thaler's going to have to come in eventually. And that means Eric Thaler will take over the lead. The founding brothers of Midwest Motorsports are leading the race. Ian Silva still trying to hunt down Jason Phillips. What an amazing race these guys are having. The 52 of Colin Huffman. Speaking of duking it out with Mark Cochran. Colin Huffman in the 52, just behind Ron Schamer. This is the battle inside the top 10 for ninth. Especially now that Justin Thaler is in. He made it lap 51. Thanks to all those cautions. But now, undoubtedly, will go a lap down as Eric Thaler is your new leader. This time by points for leading a lap. I'd try to make it to lap 70. I think that's going to be the magic number. Anybody who pits after lap 70 can go all the way on fuel at least. Look at Michael Harris and Chris Thaler go. Riding with Michael Harris now. Looking over his deck lid at Chris Thaler. Looks like Chris has some company as well from John Aslan. This is a battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. We look back from Chris's point of view. As John Aslan, after a strong 4th position, or maybe 5th last week, now fighting again, looking for a top 5 spot. Can't get it this time by. Ford Performance number 7, Chris Thaler, is who we're riding with, looking back over the Midwest Motorsports retirement community. Headed for the retirement home. He's got walkers on his deck lid. I love that, Chris. That's hilarious. Oh, JT has got new tires and he's on a mission. Here comes Justin Thaler. And he is gone. He's got fresh tires. He feels like an animal right now, a beast. Dustin Reinsettle is 4 seconds up the road on the same pit strategy. Michael Harris in the 40 is not. But still going to make him earn it. As Michael Harris just not able to keep the car down like Justin is. There's Norm in the 28. Lee Kiernan working some traffic here. John Aslan up ahead as Trevor McLaughlin, Chris Thaler, John Aslan. It's got to be confusing. Lee Kiernan, I mean. Lee Kiernan looking on the inside of John Aslan. Not yet, not this time by. As Eric Thaler in the 15 leads the way. The Godfather just letting everybody else go. Who is this following Eric Thaler? Your leader. The Godfather's got some pressure from behind. It's Dustin Reinsettle, the U-Pike Bear Nation, number 11. Cuts the dog leg, catches air coming up the hill. All Eric can do is keep laughing as Dustin Ricesettle finally is on the lead lap. It's a lot of work. If he gets a caution now, he'll be reeled back up in the back of this line. Dustin Ricesettle's up the road now. Eric Thaler in the wall once again. No surprise there. That's his comfort zone. Right into the wall on exit. It's Justin Thaler now wants a lap back as well. Michael Ayers Jr. in the pits. Time to get some freshies for Michael. Mark Cochran has finally settled that battle with the 52. Excellent racing there. Jason Phillips and Trevor Mack duking it out. This would be, no, Trevor Mack's a lap down from Phillips. Jason Phillips needs to watch out for the number 5 creeping up behind him. Just look at that huge dog leg they're cutting off. Amazing. Mike Skinner won the very first race here. Oh no, what happened to Colin? Black flag. I'm guessing it's going to be pit lane speeding. It's too bad. As your leader, Eric Thaler's in the pits. 67. Oh, that's cutting it close. It's at lap 70. Oh my gosh, this is on the outside. Can Eric Thaler do this in just 2 stops? A top off at the comp caution, and then 2 stops after that. Yep, speeding in the pits is the word for number 52. There are no pit lane speed limiters in NASCAR. Oh, Colin was having a great run. So Ian Silva takes over the lead now from Brandon Cotton and Jason Phillips right behind. So that's why Jason Phillips really wanted to get that position from Ian Silva. All these guys, both of them came in. Oh no, Ian Silva came in about 4 laps before Brandon and Jason. Jason's in now. We can make it all the way from here. Here comes Eric Thaler, your previous leader, former leader. Getting around John Aslan right now. Once again, Jason Phillips playing the strategy. As soon as you can make it all the way, go ahead and stop. Chris Thaler is in. Ian Silva now is in. This is going to leave Brandon Cotton in the lead. Ron Schamer and Brandon Cotton are fighting for position. Can Ron do it? Oh no, Justin Thaler. Oh no, 7, Chris Thaler speeding in the pits. Brandon Cotton comes in. I like the paint run. John Aslan's going to get points for leading a race. Let's go, John. Nice job, man. You can stop now and make it all the way on fuel. The question is, are you good enough? Top two coming in the pits. That's going to put Brandon Thayer in the lead. Oh, nope, Norm comes in. Justin Taylor's on the hunt. He's caught up to Dustin Reinstedel now. It's like a 3-lap over, I think. Lap 51 for Justin. Lap 45 is 6-lap over. I don't think Justin can make it all the way unless he's doing some mega fuel saving. Up front, it's Brandon Thayer. Lap 48, I'm pretty sure he's going to have to stop again. He can make it to 90. I don't know if he can make it to 113. We need 20 laps. I don't think he's going to make it. Justin Taylor and Dustin Reinstedel. I know it seems like cameras are on them a lot. They are animating the race right now. John Aslan has Dustin right in front of him. Mark Cochran in the mix. So John Aslan is racing Mark Cochran. Mark Cochran is not really racing Justin Taylor, but he's definitely holding his own. Yellow's out. What happened? Oh, man. That's unfortunate. I know James is out. Colin? Ron Schaum looks like he got in the wall. I don't know if it was enough to bring out a caution. Oh, that's it. Dylan Fox and Chris Taylor. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, over real estate once again. '61 got loose. I want to see that again. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. I have to refresh. All right. Rewind, please. Looked like 61 got loose there for a sec. And that allowed the 7 to catch back up, and then they're arguing over real estate coming across the line. That was further back. Oh. There he goes. 7's underneath. Oh, just came up. You know, that dog leg's fooled a couple of people tonight. That's too bad. Darn Dylan. Dylan was having a good run. I hate it for Chris Taylor as well. But this definitely throws a wrench in those guys that were right on the strategy. I hate to say it. Sorry, Dylan, you got a great run going, man. I know you had to drive through, but all right. We can reset. Looks like everybody's good to go from here on out. Dustin Reinstedel has made it to the front. That's dangerous. And the fastest truck all night, Brandon Thayer, he has also made it to the front. All right, this could be the mad dash to the finish. 32 laps to crown the Phoenix winner. You know what time it is? It's time to find out who's going to win the race. Brandon Thayer in the 64 inside the 5 of Brandon Cotton. But Ian Silver, Mr. Pole's position, is up front. He did not stop at this caution. Either did Brandon Cotton. So the first one with the freshest tires is the fastest truck all night. Brandon Thayer, 27.074 is his purple lap. Fastest lap of the race. Dustin Reinsettle follows him through the dog leg, stays tight. Dustin Reinsettle in the 11. His final 20 laps, 30 laps, I should say. So, oh, 15 gets sideways, crossed out. Does he save it? No. 10's in it. Michael Harris is in it. Oh. Ian Silva's going to have to do it all over again. Here we go. The dog leg throws everybody off. Behind the 15 is the blue truck, staying up high. He's no stranger to run the high line. Gets sideways on his own. Michael Harris also gets sideways on his own. So those guys didn't touch. Monkey see, monkey do. They're down on the inside wall trying to keep it there. Let's see what happens. Can Michael Harris keep it off? Yes, he does. Oh, they're wrecking behind him. Lee Kiernan and John Aslan slamming on the brakes as they're coming up on it. And Lee Kiernan runs into the back of Eric Thaler, who's down on the wall all by himself, minding his own business. But Lee Kiernan and John Aslan, I think, were surprised by this. As the wreck is going to happen in front of them. So it's happening right now on the front stretch. Oh, that's right, as they come around the back stretch, right? Oh, yeah, they just came up on it so fast. Right by us, and boom, there's Eric. Nowhere to go for Lee. Tried to save it, but they were trying to avoid Michael Harris. That's how quickly things happen in the Midwest Motorsports iRacing League. Glad you're okay, Lee. We get to reset.
What about the 2 truck? You want to ask if he's doing all right?
What is he doing in the booth? That's not a good sign. What are you doing, JT?
I figured here real quick. Meatball had to tow, truck wouldn't start, and
No.
it jumped up to like 230. So here we're going. Starting lap 86 on a late
Oh,
restart. Don't
on the
worry about
wall.
me. Let's see the rest of this racing. I think it's gonna get spicy here. Everybody's pretty much on the same strategy now. So
That's right. We're green flag from here on out. Lap 86. Got about 25 laps to go. Ian Silva, Mr. Pole Position. About 8 laps older tires than everyone else. Brandon Thayer's had the fastest truck all night. And we're back to green flag racing. Inside, Dustin Reinsettle and Brandon Thayer duking it out. For second, Jason Phillips fighting over real estate with Trevor Mack. Still 2 wide, 3 rows deep.
into
And
the
Ian
wall.
Silva gets a
Oh,
great
and the
jump.
turns around.
Eric
Turns
Thayer
around.
again. Once again, Eric Thayer goes around. He's flirting with that high line. Oh, it's not Eric, thankfully.
No, it's the 10, and I'm not sure who else was
Lee
back
Kiernan
there.
again.
The Norm 28, Norm Snyder, maybe. I'm not sure if the 25 of John Aslan got any beef off of that. The Norm into the wall.
Yep, right rears Dylan Fox, and around they go. That's how quickly things can happen.
Yeah,
Spin
the
cycle
10 was
once
just,
again.
yeah, 10 was just, he was innocent in that one. Yeah,
Again,
that was-
at least this time he didn't run into anybody. Let's see if anybody else is running into him. Michael Ayers is able to avoid him this time. All right, we get another reset. Ian Silva's going to get good at these restarts as he gets another chance to do it.
yeah, it's going to be interesting here. Yeah, I mean, a couple restarts here, but, with the disadvantage of their tires, there's still 25 to go. 8 laps is 8 laps, so are they going to fall off, or some of these guys sitting in fifth, sixth, seventh gonna
Right.
maybe let them get out there a little ways and then take advantage of them with 12 or less than 10 to go with the fresher tires if they've been taking care of them.
That's right. Well, Justin, I'm sorry about your race, man. I noticed that you and Dustin stayed out longer than anybody. 4 sets of tires total. You don't think we needed all 4 of them, huh?
Well, it really only came down to the fuel. Even stretching it, not pitting under the comp, you could cut it to one stop and probably about a half a tank of gas. So, had that last stop there before I I got too excited. My spotter said I was clear, so I gassed it up maybe a little bit too early and just looped it. But I think it was paying off. I felt pretty good. Think I was going to be at worst top 5. But things happen. It's all good.
Yeah, they do. That's why
I
we
was
run
having
the
fun
race.
till I wasn't.
Yeah, right. It's always fun until it's not. So
Yeah,
it's all good.
we'll see here. I think the outside might be the better lane to restart if you can get the jump and then cover into turn, what is it, 2 now?
Right.
The non-banked corner, but gonna be interesting to see here if we can go without any more cautions to the end. I'm hoping we will.
So Ian Silva chooses the inside lane.
Steps on it.
And he's gone. Brandon Thayer gets a decent jump. Dustin Reinstedel has been cutting the track huge tonight in that dog leg.
Mm-hmm.
And really cutting it close. But once again, Ian Silva is able to get up to a good run. Brandon Thayer, again, still with the fastest lap of the race. Holds it tight. Can he get
He's
inside
going
Ian
in.
Silva?
He's going. Trying to get it rotated
He's
here,
there.
not washing up. Good job leaving space by everybody there. That was awesome.
Oh, the dog leg. And he's got it.
I don't know if
Coming
it's going to
around.
be over yet, though.
Far from over. Eric Taylor into the wall. Jason Phillips follows him right through. That's further back. And look at this. Dustin Reinstedel looks inside Ian Silva for third.
Yeah, Dustin's got those. Oh, he's getting loose. He's getting loose. Nice save. That's going to cost him some. He's going to heat up those tires sliding like that, but that was a very nice recovery.
That's right.
So
3
it's going
wide
to pull
now.
the 99 and the 48. 15 looking right on the bumper of the 48. 2x2 here. Man, these races are more exciting than the real life races of Phoenix, I feel like.
They are up here 3 wide. Brandon Cotton goes inside Eric Taylor. Can he keep it? As they go through the dog leg one more time, 20 to go. This time by still fanning out. Jason Phillips trying to figure out which way to go. Dustin Reinstedel trying to get around Trevor McLaughlin. Can't quite get clear yet.
Watch for the
Nicholas
run on the
Aston.
15. You can usually hold more speed around there. Nicholas Aston looking inside. 5 on the outside. And the
And
15 save it. Nice save.
what a save. Slideways. It's not the fast way around, but it is a way around. Brandon Thayer now over a half a second. 19 laps to go. Can Ian Silva on old tires keep the charging pack behind him? Nicholas Aslan goes inside Brandon Cotton. Brandon does a good job holding that line. Coming out of 4, across the line. One more time they fan out. This racing is so intense.
There it is. I
Ryan
think the
Siddle,
11 is going to have the inside coming into 4 now. Yeah, I think that's all tire advantage here. Can he hold it down? I think he's going to get him here into the next entry of the corner.
he's going to slide up in front of Ian. No, side by side. Ian is doing a great job.
Yeah, he is.
But all this fighting is letting Brandon Thayer stretch out a lead up to 1 second now, a full second. But the race for 3rd and 4th now is on. Brandon Cotton, Nicholas Aslan trying to split Ian Silva in the 51. Jason Phillips has a front row seat.
99 looking on the inside.
99 doing a crossover at Phoenix. 48. Look at the inside the 51. Brandon has cleared the 51. Dustin Ryan settles up the road. Yeah, Ian Silva's tires are just 7 too many laps. I think he would be right there with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all tires there. It's starting to definitely just get worse and worse for him, I think, as this run goes on. He's trying to push it, and he just says the tires are way too hot. They don't wear too bad here. It's just all that heat gets built up into him as the 99 comes along into 3 at the bottom. He'll probably get the run here. Yeah, that wasn't too difficult for him. It looks like the 88's got the 15 coming on the inside. Turn 1. Jason's trying to keep that momentum up. Does he look?
He had the lift there. Eric got a little sideways into the wall in the exit.
These walls aren't going to have any blue paint any longer with
No,
the
they're
15
not.
truck tonight.
We've talked about it before. Eric Thaler likes the stripe on every track. Can Brandon Cotton run down Dustin Reinsettle? Dustin is not making up time on Brandon Thayer. Still 3/4 of a second, now 8/10. So Dustin Reinsettle has to put his head down and just drive eyes out of the windshield. Chase
As
him
we
down.
go to 12 to go. The 48's looks like he's gaining. I'm trying to look at the timing here. 1.7 almost.
Yeah, 1.7 from the leader. He's got some work to do. Brandon Cotton came in at lap 84.
Yeah, I think he had one set in the bank, and he withdrew
extra
those
set.
immediately. Yeah.
So he's got the tire advantage. Brandon Thayer is stretched out the lead now, back out to a full second over the 11. The penultimate race of the season coming down, race 21 of 22.
Yeah, the 64 has he's been fast all night. He's driving it really hard, but he doesn't seem to lose any of the speed over the run. So he's got a good line. He's really being consistent tonight, and he's definitely using every single inch of the track. He's been banging the wall probably almost as much as the 15. So he's got something figured out. It doesn't seem like his tires are falling off like everybody else's, or he's just making whatever adjustments needed to just maintain his speed.
Nice and smooth hands. Running that second seam, second line up on entry. Does he pinch it down? Nope. Stays the lane up. Down the back stretch. And still over a full second. See what he does in 3 and 4. Right down the yellow line and lets it slide up on exit of 4. Using some of the dog leg, not as drastic, but yeah, good lines.
Yeah, 3 and 4, you definitely got to be patient if you're gonna kind of drop it in at the bottom and get the rear to rotate it. It looks like it's not as tight of a corner, but it takes some patience to get around there quickly. So
Nicholas Aslan has dropped down. Oh, that's John Aslan. Dropped down to 9th with Jason Phillips and Ian Silva. So that's not the way Jason Phillips expected his race to go. We're coming up on 7 laps left. Justin, 7 laps.
yeah, this fight for P2 is gonna. As the 5 gets into the wall a little bit,
Into
that'll
the wall
hamper
for
his
Brandon.
momentum.
Yeah, that's not going to help. All right, first race in the Truck Series at Phoenix was 1995. Who was the winner, Justin? A truck
1995.
1995.
All right, give me some.
You were 3 years old.
Give,
All right.
95. I was 4. Close. So
Oh,
give me
man.
a couple. Give me a couple of guesses.
All right, it was not the Onion.
I don't even know who the Onion is, brother.
No, you don't know.
Was it
exactly what
Schrager?
No, wasn't Schrader.
Hornaday?
It was not Jack Sprague, but it was not Hornaday. That's another great guess though.
I mean,
But he's
I
a truck
didn't.
legend. Who was one of the
I mean, hell,
OGs
I don't
of the
know.
Truck Series? Mike Skinner.
Mike Skinner.
Yes,
All
sir. He
right.
won 2 in a
All
row,
right.
95. Both of them in 95. He was the truck man. He was slated to be RCR's next big thing.
Mm.
It's all good. Now he does talk radio with his wife, Angie.
Didn't
All
know
right.
Bodine was considered the Onion, but that's a fun fact.
Bald head. Yep. I think that's Todd Bodine. With the Onion.
Got Todd, Jeff. Wasn't there a third? Was there a third Bodine?
Joffrey, yes. Brett.
Brett Bodine. Yeah, I knew there was another one somewhere.
All right, Nick Aslan still in 4th, trying to catch up with Brandon Cotton. With 3 to go, the race is no longer for first. Brandon Thayer is checked out.
Yeah,
See
he's
you,
cruising at this
muchachos.
point. Yep.
Just hit
He's
your
just got to
mark.
be, consistent, bring it home. I don't think he's got too
That's
much
right.
to worry about. He doesn't, no pressure now.
The
It looks
race
like
to the bottom.
It looks like Dustin spread a little bit. I think should be
Got a
okay
gap.
as well. Yeah.
0.8 of a second. He'll be happy with that with only 2 to go. 3rd step of the podium, but still up for grabs. Brandon Cotton has it now. Nicholas Aslan wants it.
Yeah. See, I think coming out at turn 2 there, as Nick, the rear stepped out just a little bit, not enough to hit the wall or nothing, but I think there the most important thing is to just keep your traction down. Try not to slide. Like I said earlier, build up the heat. But here we go, Brandon Thayer. One more corner. He's not sweating.
No stress for the number 64 of Brandon Thayer. He's only raced 4 truck races, and he does it tonight with the win. Congratulations to Brandon Thayer. Dustin Reinsettle comes in 2nd. Brandon Cotton 3rd. Nick Aslan 4th. Trevor Mack 5th. Eric Thaler 6th. Ian Silva, after fighting hard through 3 different restarts. Brings it home in 7th. But up front, it's all Brandon Thayer. I will pull up the race results. Congratulations to everybody. Justin, thanks a lot for coming. You want to hang out and do some interviews with me?
I would like to, but the
Don't feel
admin work
obligated.
never stops.
That's right.
But
No
yeah, it was
shame.
fun. It was fun.
Thank you. Thanks
It was
again for
fun.
joining me, Justin. Sorry about your luck.
Absolutely.
We'll look for you Sunday. We'll do it again from Phoenix.
Absolutely. Tell all those guys I said congrats, and that was a heck of a win by the 64. Well played.
Well played, 64. We got you. I agree. 100%. Thanks, Justin.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.
That's Justin Thaler, the CEO of Midwest Motorsports, checks out after having a bad night. Chris Thaler brings it home in the 18th. JT 17th. Colin Huffman 16th. Michael Harris Jr. had a couple of incidents, brings it home 15th. Norm Snyder wins the race to the nursing home. And 14th, Lee Kiernan. 13th, Dylan Fox. Black flag, some unfortunate incidents for him as well. It brings it home 12th. Ron Schaumer 11th. Mark Cochran, Mr. Bad Luck, finished in 10th. John Aslan with another top 10 tonight. Jason Phillips 8th. Ian Silva, Mr. Pole Position, finishes 7th. Eric Thaler 6th. Trevor Mack 5th. Nick Aslan just outside the podium. 3rd place, Brandon Cotton. 2nd place, Dustin Reinstedel. And your winner, Brandon Thayer, as he lights them up. Lights the tires on the winner chicken dinner, making all the crowd go wild. Everybody's going to meet at Brandon's truck tonight for dinner and beer. So beer's on Brandon Thayer. But Brandon Cotton brings it home 3rd after a very eventful race. Congratulations on your podium there, Brandon Cotton. Good to see you, man.
Thank you, James.
Well, great racing. Let's talk us through your race, man. We saw you getting a little bit of argy-bargy there, trying to go 3 wide after the comp caution. That kind of settled things down after that. You were fast tonight.
Yeah, I had a fair run. I took tires on the comp caution there, and I had quite a bit more speed than everybody around me, and I saw an opportunity there to try to take it 3 wide and get around, but unfortunately coming off of, I believe it was turn 2. I get twisted at this track now, but turn 2, and Eric was on my inside and Ian was on my outside, and they both met across my nose, and we just kind of made a triangle there and ran out of room, unfortunately. And then on the restart, I'm sorry to James Olavison there. I thought he was going to take the dog leg, and he was above the yellow line.
Right.
I was trying to follow the yellow line and ended up getting into him and got even more damage. And from then on, it was just trying to recover. And I thought we were in a good spot there. It was, I think, Phillips, Silva, and we were good to go on one stop to the end, and unfortunately got a yellow flag to reset the field and took us out of our strategy spot there.
Yeah. That last little bit, that last little run of cautions definitely changed up the strategy from going straight on fuel to playing the tire game. So, but yeah, you had an extra set. You came in, I think, a little later than everybody else, and
Yep.
got tires. Is that right?
Yeah, I did. It was that last caution.
Yeah.
I believe we ran like 2 or 3 laps,
Right.
and I just made the call to try to come in, get a full set, and have a couple lap fresher tires, and fighting my way through the field, kind of burnt up what reserve that I had, and by the end of it, Dustin and Brandon were way too fast, and I had nothing for them. They were great, and congrats to both of them
Oh.
on their runs tonight.
Yeah. Well, good on you too. You weren't the only one that got into a little bit of miscommunication, should call it, about the dog leg down there. So don't feel too bad about it. Congratulations, Brandon, on a podium. Not a bad run and a good little warm up for Sunday.
Yep. Thank you, James.
All right, that's Brandon Cotton's 3rd place tonight in the Truck Series. We're coming back on Sunday for the Cup Series, so that's going to help him out. Dustin Reinstedel brings it home 2nd after an incredible last few laps there, trying to catch Ian Silva. Finally got around him, Dustin, but didn't quite have enough to bring in Brandon Thayer for the win there.
Yeah, it was a awesome race. Strategy changed a couple times. James, honestly, I'm just excited to talk to you, man. I got robbed after Motegi. I'm excited to. How you been, buddy?
Man, I'm a lot better now talking to you too, man, for sure. I see you brought the Bear Nation U-Pike number 11 back tonight. It brought you some luck, man.
Yeah, another good finish. I had absolutely nothing for Brandon. I kind of learned a little bit from him there after a while. I've always just ran like the inside line both way around this track, and I've never been very good at it. So it was fun to kind of watch him. I kind of started to match him in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, you have to keep the RPMs up in the truck, and I just had no idea how to do that, especially not as good as he could. So it was definitely the difference maker there. And yeah, I was really shocked at how long Ian's tires held on. Once they fell off off a cliff, but he was holding on pretty good up there.
Yes, sir. Well, is there anything you can take away from tonight and carry over to Sunday?
I actually won't be here. We're traveling
Oh,
for golf again, so leaving at like
all
10 o'clock
right.
in the morning. But I do think I'm gonna send the guys out to practice tomorrow, and I think I'm gonna go take a day trip down to Bristol and catch the Xfinity race. This is the first weekend at Bristol we haven't camped out and been to the races
Yeah.
in about 4 years. So I watched about 10 laps of the truck race tonight and realized I wanted to go.
You got the itch. Yeah, we all know that
Yep.
feeling.
So going to Xfinity tomorrow, and then I got truck and Xfinity at the Rock next week. So pretty good 2 weeks of racing coming up.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, you got a pretty good, tight stranglehold on this truck championship. So next week at Auto Club should be a championship run for you. I hope you make it there too. Congratulations on a great season. Another top two finish tonight, Dustin. Congrats.
Thanks. Congrats to Brandon, and yeah, the drop races have kind of a lot different than the provisionals used to be. So it's added a little bit of extra strategy in there. But
Yeah,
thanks,
right on.
James.
Thank you, Dustin. Congratulations again for P2. And your winner, Brandon Thayer. Man, they didn't have much for you tonight, Brandon. You put it on them. Congratulations on a great win.
Thank you so much, James.
Happy? I know you were talking to your Platinum Elite teammates. You had a Mr. Pole position up there as well. So, what were your guys' radio chatter like, and what secrets were you keeping from him, man?
Honestly, a lot of the time we were just talking about strategy, talking about what we could do, when we could pit, what other people were gonna do. It was a lot of fun trying to judge what Justin and Dustin would do. There was at one point in the race where I kind of felt like Dustin allowed me to pass him, and I think it was in it was in 2 and 3, somewhere between there. Dustin allowed me to pass him, and that was kind of my cue that he was going to go into the pits pretty soon,
Right.
because I didn't think that he would want me to follow him in. But we had a nice little battle. I think 2 or 3 separate times on pit exit, in those kind of first laps after green. But it was an absolute blast of a race.
Yeah, I could tell it was a blast watching you, Brandon. You had the fastest lap of the night as well, and a great start. Even, I mean, it started with a great qualifying. So, how much practice? How many laps did you put in here? And I saw you hit the wall on the outside coming to the white flag. Did that give you a little jump scare? But no, really, it looks like you had this track figured out.
Yeah, that white flag little wall bump was just my nerves getting to me a little bit. Yeah, frankly, James, I decided I was going to do this race last night and put in 0 laps of practice total. I did maybe 6 or 7 during the 20-minute warm-up period, and then just kind of sent it from there.
Yeah, full send. Nice. Well, you even got the donuts figured out, man. You had the crowd on the edge of their feet clapping for you, man. So, congratulations on a great race. You didn't run a lot of trucks this season. I think this is like your 4th race in the trucks, and your only win, so only podium. Can you learn anything tonight that's going to help carry you over on Sunday?
Phoenix is one of those tracks that I absolutely love, but the difference between something like a truck and a cup car in this in iRacing is pretty significant. The big kicker is that final corner 3 and 4. You know, with trucks, you don't have to downshift or anything. With Cup, you have to worry about keeping your RPMs up while also downshifting and keeping a steady exit and entry. And it's, you know, it's tough, but you know, the general line that you would run is really similar. So I hope to get the same results on Sunday. Again, big shout out to my teammates Trevor and Ian. They're always such a blast to hang out and talk with and spend Friday and Sundays with.
Yeah, well, you won on this Friday night, man. Congratulations, and once again, you did it, man. Everybody's meeting you at your trailer for beer. The beer cooler should be open by now, man. Congratulations on a great win, Brandon.
Thank you so much, James.
All right, that's Brandon Thayer from Platinum Elite Racing. Your winner tonight at Phoenix. One more race to wind out the season. We have an off week, and then we'll see you in 2 weeks from Auto Club. Until then, to all the Midwest Motorsports admins that make this league great, I'm James J. reminding you to stay in your lane.
And I approve of this message.